Shinobi Striker Season 5 is coming with 5 new DLC characters. The first one was just announced, it's 6 Paths Madara. The whole season has a theme of legacy, which is kind of a vague term, but we're gonna try to predict which characters are coming after Madara. I'm gonna share my prediction and then I'm gonna share your prediction, or at least the prediction you guys filled out in this Google form. Please note that this is a prediction and not a wish list. The characters that I want to see in the game are probably not the characters that we'll actually see in the game. If you want my wish list, it's quite simple. Suigatsu, Kiba, Kimimaru, and Kurenai. Purely because I think their jutsu would be awesome and very different from the jutsu we have right now, giving us more variety when creating our own loadouts, which is what the best DLC in this game usually do. But let's predict some characters, and I couldn't have done it without today's sponsor, because this video is brought to you not by one, but 2 Japanese snack boxes, Sakurako and Tokyo Treat. Because when it comes to snacks, there's no such thing as too many options. Let's start with what they have in common. They are both a monthly subscription box, you get one of these delivered to your door every month, and they both contain a ton of Japanese snacks. Because they're Japanese, you may not always know what you're eating, and that's why these boxes include these cultural guide booklets. They describe every single snack that's inside of it. Now, the difference between these boxes is on the snacks themselves. With Sakurako, you will receive 20 traditional and authentic artisan Japanese snacks, including teas and 1 special Japanese tableware with your box every month. I got this little bowl along with Hokkaido-based snacks, as that was the theme for this month. Sakurako helps in partnering with local Japanese snack makers to continue sharing Japanese culture and traditions. If you don't care as much about Japanese tradition, but you're more interested in the wild limited edition products that are only available in Japan, like caramel popcorn soda or pudding flavored Kit Kats, then Tokyo Treat is the box for you. This is the heaviest Japanese snack box on the planet. This month's box, Snack in Shibuya, had a waffle. It had these noodles that I ate for lunch yesterday, super spicy but really good. So whether you prefer tradition with Sakurako or the limited editions with Tokyo Treat, we've got you covered. I'll leave a link to both boxes down below, and whatever you choose, enter code Globku at checkout to get $5 off your first box. And thank you for sponsoring this video. Madara's 6 Paths. What is his legacy? If we understand this, we might get a hint as to who the other characters are. Is the one that started it all for the Uchiha. A lot of Naruto was shaped by the actions of this one man. But the thing is, we already have a version of Madara that better represents that. The 6 Paths Madara we're getting might have a different interpretation of legacy. This Madara started the Great War, revived the 10 Tails, which in turn brought Kaguya back to life. And that brought the remnants of the Otsutsuki clan into this world in Boruto. He indirectly united the ninja nations, which led into this era of peace against the common enemy. And if that's his legacy, then we're screwed, because I can make that type of story for literally everyone. You want to put this theory to the test? Okay, when Orochimaru attacked the Leaf Village with a sound and sand ninja, it was Baki that discovered the decomposed body of the 4th Kazekage, realizing that they had all been tricked by Orochimaru, leading the Sand to apologize and forming an alliance with the Leaf Village, an alliance that still stands to this day. That's Baki's legacy. See? I mean, if 6 Paths Madara is making it into the game based on that legacy, I think Kaguya had a much bigger role in bringing the Otsutsuki clan into this planet. And she was ultimately the final villain of Naruto, so she's the first character that I'm going to predict. I'm really tempted to just keep going with this family of characters, adding Ashura, Indra, Hagoromo, Ishiki, but I think they'll have some variety in this season pass, so I'm done with the Moon people. Barry and Mode Naruto, who fought against Ishiki, is impossible to ignore though. His legacy, well, Boruto spoilers here, for those who haven't seen this fight in Naruto. I apologize in advance, but here we go, Boruto spoilers. Kurama dies. And that sword changes the power dynamic in Boruto forever. And it's not just a huge blow to Konoha's Hokage, it's a big event for the world. One of the 9-tailed beasts is gone. This is huge. This is the legacy of Baron Mode Naruto. Also from Boruto, I'm gonna add Konohamaru, the teacher for Boruto's team, and his legacy should be pretty obvious. Not only did he defeat one of the Paths of Pain as a kid, saving potentially dozens of Konoha civilians, he is the main character's mentor. He shaped this team into the fine ninja that they're becoming, and that's a huge legacy. One last character to go, and this is getting really hard, but I'm going to say Asuma. His legacy is undeniable. His impact on Shikamaru as a character is huge, and given how important Shikamaru is nowadays, his legacy definitely still lives on. That's my prediction, but legacy is a really hard keyword to figure anything out, and that's why I asked you guys to do it for me. I made a Google form asking you to predict the 4 remaining characters, which more than 500 people filled out, so thank you. Thank you so much for that. I'm gonna count these votes, and I'll see you when I'm done. I've been going at this literally the whole day. The votes are ready, but I'm going to bed. I'll give you the results tomorrow. It's time. It's Naruto! The most voted character on the community prediction was Baryon Mode Naruto. And this is actually a great character to explain how I counted the votes. Naruto got a total of 239 votes, but only 119 of those were for Baryon Mode. Pre-time skip Naruto got 111 votes, so almost the same number, followed by Sage Mode with only 6 votes, and then a single vote for Mecha Naruto, Naruto the Last, and Kurama Link Mode. But the vast majority that voted for either Baryon Mode or pre-time skip did not predict both of them, meaning that most of you believe that we will get only one Naruto, we just don't know which one. Since Baryon Mode got slightly more votes than pre-time skip, we're gonna put him down as our first character. And don't worry, even if I didn't add up all of these votes, Baryon Mode would still make it to top 4, he just wouldn't be number 1. But so far, we agree on this prediction, so let's jump into character number 2. It's Obito, the Ten Tails form, with a total of 189 votes. I also added the votes for Obito, but this time the vast majority voted specifically for the Ten Tails form. There are also a few votes going for Kid Obito, Teenage Obito, and Toby. But the Ten Tails form, easily over 95% of the votes for Obito. This would be the second Obito DLC we'd get, and that's why I didn't put it down on my prediction. Obito is cool, but I don't know if he's 2 DLC characters cool, you know? Moving on to character number 3, Kaguya, with 177 votes. Another character we agree on, and this time there were not multiple versions of Kaguya for me to add up, unless you count all the people that wrote Kagura. Which sure, people could be voting for this guy right here, and there were like 6 Kagura votes in total, but at least of them specifically said Otsuki Kagura. So I assume all of them were typos. If I'm wrong though, we gotta subtract like 4 votes from Kaguya, which still leaves her in the 3rd place. She's still one of the community's predictions. And that also means good job Kagura, you got 4 votes instead of 0, which is hard for me to believe. If I look at other characters with 4 votes, we got Rin, Hanabi, Iruka, Hinata. Somehow I don't think Kagura is as popular as these, but hey, maybe I should be more in touch with the Boruto community. And the final DLC character the community predicts is Ishiki, with 127 votes. Now, I did take the liberty of adding up the Ishiki and the Jigen votes because most people voted by typing Ishiki/Jigen. There were a few solo Jigens, there were definitely a lot of solo Ishikis, but the vast majority put both of them in the same field, and I get it, they're kind of the same character. Jigen is like an incomplete Ishiki anyway, might as well get the big guy. And the thing is, even if I didn't add those votes together, Ishiki would still be in the top 4, because the difference from 4th to 5th place is like 28 votes, so the prediction wouldn't have changed, and that kind of closes the community's prediction. Baryon Mode Naruto, Obito Ten Tails, Kaguya, and Ishiki. You guys really like the white folks in Naruto, huh? Number 5 was also Momoshiki, by the way, with a respectable amount of votes going to Possessed Boruto. Same deal as Ishiki and Jigen, a lot of you said Borushki, no, wait. Same deal with Ishiki and Jigen, a lot of you, most of you said Borushki. Sasuke pre-time skip was number 6, followed by Resurrected Minato, Adult Konohamaru, then came Asuma, and finally Sasori at the number 10. But we're only getting 4 more characters, so unfortunately those did not make it into your prediction. They were close though. Looking at my prediction compared to yours, we obviously got Baryon Mode and Kaguya in common. Konohamaru and Asuma were in the top 10, but there's a big difference in votes, so you clearly don't believe as hard as I do in these characters. As for my wish list, Kiba, 36 votes, not bad. Kimimaru got 26 votes, also pretty good. Suigetsu, 5 votes. And Kurenai, 4 votes.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
Anyway, thank you so much for filling out this poll. I think these community predictions are very fun, but not as fun as trying out all of these snacks from today's sponsor. Choose your box and use code Globku for $5 off of your first box. The links are down below. And as always, thank you very much for watching. My name is Globku and I'll see you next time. Bye!